Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to CFUR 88.7 FM. My name is Grace, and today I am joined by the Grand Prairie-based metal band Nazzy. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and the band?
Yeah, my name is Cord. Thanks for having me. I'm playing a band called Nazzy, and yeah, we're just a metalcore band. Lots of really heavy riffs and lots of melodic singing with some heavy screaming, and that's kind of what you can expect. And yeah, we're from GP, Alberta.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cord. So how did you get into metal music, and how did you get to where you are now?
Yeah, I'd say, good question. I'd say my whole life I've been pretty, all of us in the band, I feel like, have been doing it from a young age. Not all of us have known each other from a young age, but yeah, I think it's just something we've all been really into for a long time. We've all been in lots of different bands, and about 5 years ago, we started this one. We just wanted to start a heavier band. Yeah, lots of us started kind of in punk rock or something like that, and yeah, we just really wanted to try the heavy stuff, and so back in 2019, 2020-ish, me and the other guitar player started Nazzy. It was just us two, and we made a record. And yeah, it took off from there. After that, we found some band members and kind of made it a real thing.
Cool. So was being in a metal band something that you knew you wanted to do as a young age, or did it kind of come from being in punk rock bands and those types of things?
Yeah, I think I personally can't speak for the rest of the guys, but I think I did. I didn't know if I was ever going to have the juice to do it or anything, but yeah, the older you get and the more you do it, more confidence you get. And yeah, I think it was a natural step at some point. I feel like I've always been into really heavy guitar tones and stuff like that. So yeah, it was pretty easy to jump into. A little bit different learning how to write it and stuff, but yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, I can imagine metal music isn't like any other music. It's a lot different from other types of music. When you guys are writing music, what is your creative process like?
So yeah, our band name came from a Google Drive file that I think Sam, the other guitar player, started. He sent me some demos in a Google Drive file. I actually lived in BC and he lived here at the time. And we just sent each other kind of demos back and forth until we figured we had something, and then it came to Alberta one summer and we just kind of hashed it out. And yeah, a lot of it just starts with demos, and then you get in a room and everyone kind of says their piece and kind of has their little things in the songs that they want. But yeah, it's a lot of, I'd say 70% of the song is kind of written by a person, whether that's me or the bass player or the other guitar player. And then you kind of come together and hash it out after that.
Okay. So I think it's cool that you were able to write songs even when you didn't live in the same place. I think that could be a challenge, but it's really cool that you guys were just sending each other demos and still keeping in contact and things like that. Do you still write that way, or are you all in the same place now?
We're all in the same place. However, we will... Usually when we start a new song or project or something, we'll just upload an idea in the Google Drive doc. So it usually starts the same way. But yeah, now we have the luxury of just once a week we can be in the same room and kind of talk about stuff. So yeah, it fast tracks. It's a lot faster that way.
Yeah, totally. Google Drive is awesome for that purpose. We actually use that at CFUR to share things with each other too. So that's kind of cool that you use it for that as well. So tell me a little bit more about your latest single, Parasite. What inspired the song Parasite?
I don't know. Honestly, that was maybe the only song where I think we wrote that one without a demo. So we got in a room and we just started riffing, or maybe someone had a little skeleton of an idea at some point, but I can't remember. If it was a very broad idea. And the song probably took 4 or 5 rehearsals to get that song good. And it wasn't part of a project or anything. It was just a single we did. And yeah, we did it with our old singer, Caleb, and yeah, really talented guy, not in the band anymore, but Yeah, lyrically, I think it's just, I have no idea. Sometimes the lyrics, we just kind of pick whatever. We kind of have a rule. We like to yell into the mic whatever sounds cool at the time. Like the coolest thing we can think of to yell at the mic is kind of how we go with lyrics. So I couldn't tell you what it's about, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool one.
Oh, that's awesome. Sometimes writing songs that way is just so fun. Like I feel like sometimes you just gotta go with it and do whatever feels right. And sometimes it turns out to be something so cool that you never thought it would be. And it turns out for the best too. So that's a fun way to write.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when you sit down and, spend an hour or two hashing something out with yourself or with someone else and kind of think to yourself, like, this cool thing wouldn't exist if I didn't sit down here and figure it out. So I really like that about songwriting, yeah.
Totally. That's one really cool thing I think about like art in general is just like it's something that's created, so no one else will ever create the same thing, which is probably a really, really cool feeling. Especially when you are out playing shows and you have people like singing along and you're like, wow, like people actually enjoy what I made.
Yeah, it is a pretty cool feeling for sure.
So, you might not have the answer to this question. I've just always been curious about this, but I've always wondered, like, how does a metal singer train their voices to be able to sing that way? If you don't have the answer to the question, that's okay.
That is a good question. I do a little bit of heavy screaming on this stuff. We do have a very seasoned, heavy, dirty vocalist now. So that'd be a better question for him. But I would say, I looked up some YouTube videos on, like, a fry scream, I guess, and just kind of practiced in the car. And, I guess Nazzy isn't the only project where I've done heavier screaming on, so I feel like I got my chops on maybe earlier projects a little bit, and then kind of transitioned into this. But I'm probably not the greatest guy in the band to ask. I think that's a good question from Jameson, our singer.
Okay. I think practicing in the car though is a good way to practice. That's where I always practice all the things I'm not sure that I can do, so no one else can hear me.
Yeah, I like that. Another thing I like about the car is often when you're doing vocals and you want to get the most air out of your lungs, you want to stand up and just to get the best performance. So sitting in a car isn't the greatest way to do it, I find. But if you practice a lot in a car and you get decent in a car, by the time you stand up and do it for real, it's usually quite a bit easier, I find. So yeah, I don't mind practicing in the car at all.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that makes sense. I guess when you're sitting, you're kind of like folded, so then you can't really get all your air out. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
So my next question is, what inspired the band name Nazzy?
Good question. Yeah, it's we get a lot of questions about that, but it's pretty innocent. I mean, when we started the band, it wasn't anything too serious. I don't even know if we had a name. It's just our favorite, mine and the other guitar player, Sam. Our favorite hockey player growing up was Marcus Naslund, and we named it after him. His nickname was Nazzy, so that was what our Google Drive files were called, and we never thought about it too hard after that. We just went with it.
Ah, that's cool. I like that band name, and it means something to you, which is awesome.
Yeah, big hockey fans over here. So,
so how would you kind of briefly described your music style, but how would you say it's evolved over the years that the band has been playing together?
Evolved, yeah. I think when we started, it was I think we just wanted to, I feel like we know what we want a little bit more now. Our first project, we tried a bunch of ideas, and thankfully they all worked out. But I mean, I've been doing it a long time, I guess, and sometimes those ideas don't always work out. So you're kind of left feeling with this doesn't sound exactly how I want it. But now, yeah, I feel like all of us we're all pretty big songwriter brains. So tones and stuff like that, I feel like we can kind of get what we want out of it. And vocal parts, yeah, they seem to come a little easier. I think, during the Parasite, when we did that one, our goal for that one is to just make a song that ended heavier than the rest of our stuff. And we did that. And then we have our new project, spoiler alert, I guess, we have, I'd say it's really heavy still, but it's a little more mature or something. The transitions are just a little more thought out. And I think the more you do it, the more nooks and crannies of the song you really look at. And I guess that's my answer. You just have a broader brain for everything. So yeah, I'd say it's a little more melodic and just a little more straightforward, this new stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think a lot of that too, like probably being together and playing together for so long also opens up a lot of doors, just because you get to know each other so well and things get easier, and then you pick each other's brains. I think when you're with a bunch of people, you can often come up with more ideas than just one person alone.
Yeah, for sure. And me and Sam, the other guitar player, have known each other since we're 18 years old or something like that. And we're in our early 30s now. So it's been a long time. Yeah, if he does a certain type of riff or something, I usually know what to do with it, and vice versa. So yeah, chemistry is a big part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That was actually my next question. How did the band meet?
Right. Okay. Yeah, the Weed Boys, Kelly and Shane, our drummer and bass player, met when they were young, and Sam and I met and started a band when we were 18, and we were just in different bands with them. So yeah, I guess we've met them all since we're 18 or so. But yeah, this is the first band we've all been together. And so
wow, that's so cool.
Kind of a dream come true, honestly.
Yeah. So you guys must have some awesome chemistry since you've known each other for so long. And it's kind of cool how like music communities work. Like you often see people around all the time and you're friends with them, and you'd never think about being in a band with them until it happens. And it's like, this is like awesome. Why didn't we do this sooner?
Yeah, you bet. When me and Sam met each other, that's the first thing. Like, I didn't even talk to him. I think we just played music, and then we kind of knew we had to be friends after that. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite show or venue that you have played so far?
Oh, that's a good question. We played a cool one in Edmonton called Black Bar, and it was just on White Ave there. It was pretty cool. We played a really cool venue in Calgary called Burns. I think it was a little older and a little sketchier, but I feel like 30 years ago that venue would have been really cool. Mm-hmm. Had a lot of history in it looks like. But I'd say my favorite one is probably just a venue in Grand Prairie here called Better Than Fred's, and it's unreal. The sound guy Nathaniel's unreal, and they have a lot of big bands going through there, so it's usually a pretty good time.
Oh, that's cool. Sometimes just the people make the venue so much better.
Mhm. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I like the smaller ones. Like the bigger ones are a little awkward sometimes, but if you can get 100 people into a 40 by 50 room, those are the funnest shows to me.
Yeah, I feel like it makes the show so intimate, and then like you can actually like look at everyone and see everyone, and I feel like sometimes the energy surges just in a different way. Yes,
of course. Agreed.
So what would you say is the most fulfilling part about being a traveling musician in a band?
I think I just like taking road trips with my friends. We're all pretty close. So, like this weekend, I'm not sure how this show's going to go or anything, but we're all just talking about, I think we're going to go camping and stuff and plan a bunch of other adventures, honestly. So, I think I'm just looking for the trip. I think just getting in a stinky van with the fellas and making some memories. I think that's the best part of it, honestly. Nothing too crazy, but
cool. Yeah. Honestly, road trips are like the best. And Prince George is a really great place to camp. There's lots of cool camping places around here. And especially when you're close and you've all like got a passion for something, you're looking forward to a show, it makes it so exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you betcha.
So I just have a few more questions for you. What motivates you to continue making music?
Oh, that's a doozy. That's a good question. I've kind of thought about that a lot in the last few years. I think it's just it's kind of just the pursuit of like perfection. Like when I was 20 years old doing it, recording music, you know, you kind of have a vision in your mind and you practice a lot and record the song or whatever, and you get it as close to what is in your mind as possible. And maybe when you're 20 years old doing it, you don't quite get there, but I feel like the more you do it, now I'm probably 15 or so years into doing it now, and the closer you can get to that picture in your mind, I guess. Like now I feel like these days when I do it, it's darn near exactly how it is in my mind. So I think that chase, I'm always kind of chasing that feeling, and it's pretty cool when you nail it.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like a music journey can go through so many stages. Like I'm a musician too, and I feel like I've been through many stages where I'm like not motivated, but then I become motivated, and then I'm like, oh, like this is like what I want to be able to do, and then I end up getting motivated again. But as you get closer and closer, it's a really fulfilling feeling like, oh, like I was the one that brought myself to this point, and now I'm doing it, and it's like, wow, like I remember like a long time ago when I thought it would take me so long to get here, and now I'm here.
Yeah, it's just like this like endless pursuit. It feels like you're just always kind of chasing that feeling. So it's kind of like a runner's high. Like lots of people like running, you know, just that pursuit of always beating your time or whatever. And that's kind of how it is for me with music too, I guess. So.
Yeah, totally. And it's like, I think one really cool thing I've experienced recently is like going to shows. I turned 19 not that long ago, and I guess a couple years ago. But like going to shows has just been like so inspiring, and it's like, whoa, like I want to be able to do that. I think that's like my favorite part about being a musician is just like seeing all the diversity, and like it's just like never-ending inspiration. Like there's always so much more to learn, which is really cool.
Yes, I can echo that. I mean, yeah, when Sam and I were 20, just hanging out, starting bands in GP here, we would go to just local shows and watch other great local bands and get so inspired. I remember this one band here, one local band. They're not a band anymore. They were called Book of Names, but they were like our favorite ever like local band. We went and seen their farewell show, and it blew our minds. Like on our drive back home, with me and Sam sitting there 19, 20 years old, and we just told ourselves like we have to figure out how to write music like that good, that moving and stuff. So yeah, it's just, yeah, inspiration is a huge part of it, especially with local bands. I feel like a lot of people sleep on local bands. There's a lot of good musicians out there. So
I totally agree. There's so many good like local musicians just around like the area. Like we're very fortunate to have so much musical talent like surrounding us and coming through as well. It's so cool to see, and it's just cool when they're local because like you can actually talk to them and like you get to meet them, which is like also very inspiring.
Yeah, you get to pick their brain and stuff. It's kind of fun. Yeah,
it is. Yeah. So do you have any advice for a musician just starting out in the music world?
Yeah, I'd say what's gotten me a long way is like if I want to learn a song or something like that, you learn how to do it. I'd say the biggest thing is just learn why those things are done. Like if you just keep on asking questions, why do I do this? Why do we do it like this, et cetera, et cetera. Just know why. I feel like that has always helped me. You know, there's a million people out there that could, you know, set in a certain scale or something like that, but knowing why I feel like is a big help.
Yes, I agree. Thank you for that piece of advice, Cord. So I've got one last question for you. So you have a new record coming out soon. You chatted about it a little bit, but do you have any secrets you can share with the listeners about your new music coming out?
Oh, little secrets. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be too much longer, honestly. It's just getting mixed. I mean, here's a secret. Our bass player has mixed all of our music up until this point. He's a really, really talented engineer, so he records and mixes all our music. But about the record, I'd say I haven't told anyone the title of it yet, but I can drop the title here if you want. It's going to be called In Living Color. And a bunch of fun songs on there. We got a song about a shipwreck. We got a song about ghosts. Yeah, that's a couple tidbits for you.
Wow, that's so cool. I can't believe that you dropped the name of your record here at CFUR. That's so awesome.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
And it's really cool that your bass player was able to help out with the record so much. That makes it so much easier because then it's someone that you know really well and they can incorporate everyone's ideas, which is awesome.
Yeah, super handy to have in the band. He's a text away for anything, major that you want to talk about, and just so easy to work with. And yeah, like I said, he's one of our best friends too. So yeah, it makes the whole experience super fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Cord, for doing this interview with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, you are most welcome. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in to this interview with Grand Prairie-based metal band Nazzy. You can follow Nazzy on Instagram at Nazzy Band, spelled Nazzy, for updates. And next up on CFUR is Orthodox, one of their latest singles, so please enjoy.